Welcome, Aquarius. This is your, oh my gosh, that's too many cards, so we're not going to do that. Like that was half the deck, but, well, it wasn't half the deck. I'm exaggerating. Um, this is your weekly tarot scope reading for November the 7th through to the 13th, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Now we did have a card jump out. Look what it is. The Nine of Cups. What's your dreams? What's your desires? It's your hopes. It's your wishes. So dream big. Affirm this week. Definitely affirm what you want to create, what you want to manifest, what your dreams, your hopes, your desires are. What powerful energy to attract it in this week. We'll put that one back in the deck. And we will cut the cards to see what the energy is going to be like. Eight of Cups is our very first card, so we are moving forward. Possibly new creative career paths, but it could be new relationships. It could include travel for you. It is not necessarily closing the door on past relationships or places where you have received love or received some kind of security or you became dependent upon. Those things are changing in your life. So where you once found security, you may not necessarily find it as much there anymore. There are going to be new things on your path giving you new security. So in order to move forward, things must change. And it's not like we close the door on it, but it does change in the way it is offered us love and security in our life. It could be a person, it could be a situation, it could be an environment. The Hermit, we'll see what crosses the Hermit. The Two of Pentacles, wow, that's been a popular card this week. Oh, we got to pick the crossing one, though, the King of Swords over the Hermit. Wow. Very unique mix that is. The Hermit and the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is full of passion, desires, dreams. Nothing's going to get in his way. Yeah, I almost get the sense that I see the Hermit as being in the background. The Hermit is the work that you've already done. So the more that you have been meditating, the more that you have been silencing your world a little bit, to have some alone time with yourself, to ground yourself, to think things through, as far as plans and goals and dreams and desires and what you really want to walk into and where you are willing to sacrifice, where you are willing to be determined, where you are willing to work hard. Now the passion starts to be fueled for those things. So the more in depth you got in the plan, this is really the Hermit coming out of the cave or coming out of the desert and ready to go forward with a passion, with a desire that is unstoppable. You might feel like you are definitely on fire. Now, what I would say with this is the Hermit is all about, one that would go into the desert and really tap into his intuition, his higher wisdom, and come up and formulate a plan of what is needed to go forward, what needs to be having closures and endings in our life in order to go forward, and how to implement a plan forward. And so we have all this energy. It's like, the horse that bolts out of the stall. You have to pace yourself. You can't, you don't want to dissipate your energy as soon as you start to feel it, and all of a sudden you're putting in a 20-hour day and then you're exhausted the next day to do anything. You want to make sure that you are, staying in balance. I mean, that's what this card is, staying in balance. Making sure that you are using your resources or your time or your energy wisely. That it is well balanced, that there is work and play. And we have to remember there has to be both in our life. We can't just work, work, work. We can't just play, play, play. So this is understanding it and keeping it in balance, keeping our routines in balance, not burning the candle at both ends. It's really all I kind of get for that one, which is unusual. It's been a popular one. We have the Three of Wands as our underlying energy, which talks about being grounded, but an expansive path forward and decisions to be made on how we are going to commit to that path, if we are going to commit to that path, how much, the determination, the cost, what we need to leave behind, what we can step into, what we take with us. For our overriding energy, we have the Page of Wands. So thinking outside the box, knowing that there is no box, your thought process, your ideas are definitely on fire here. So, I mean, if you could journal it, if you can journal it, absolutely. Yeah, your thoughts. I mean, this is a time, yes, to put affirmations, beautiful affirmations out there, but I think it's also where you come up with these new ideas, these new aha moments, these new epiphanies of how to move forward. You have like this, the light bulb going over your head, get struck with lightning, the idea, the the epiphany just comes out of nowhere and can move you so forward in a direction. So pay attention to those little off the wall thoughts that you have, because one of them potentially could move you forward into a very beautiful direction. We have the Strength card with the Ten of Cups. Know your true strength, your inner strength, okay? You don't need to bully, you don't need to manipulate, you don't need to be underhanded in any way to get your happily ever after. You do it through love, you do it through compassion, you do it through communication, you do it with understanding. You do it with a confidence that you're doing the right things for the right reasons with the right people. This could be marriage, this could be relationships, this could be best friends, this could be your job and career, your stature in the community. This is your happily ever after. And so knowing your inner strength, knowing that you don't have to use underhanded methods, or you have to bully or manipulate the situation to work for you, the more you are self-confident of your own talents, your own gifts, what you bring to the table, um, and go with the flow and just know your own worth and self-confidence, and so value yourself and put a worth on yourself, the way you were treated, the way you were talked to, the way you are respected. It's almost like you can command it going forward. And it's that silent command that people gravitate to, that they see what you can do. It's more of you're not sitting there boasting about what you can do, you're showing them what you can do. You're showing them what you can contribute, what you bring to the table. And it creates an avenue for you to walk into that happily ever after. For work, career, we have the Page of Swords. A little bit of spontaneity here, absolutely. So I would have to say, do something a little bit out of the ordinary. If you don't usually mix with people, this would be a beautiful week to start mixing with different people. Get to know other people, see what kind of little nuggets of wisdom that they have. Going after something different or unusual, but it appeals to you. Um, this is honoring your passions. This is honoring your dreams. This is honoring what motivates you, what moves you forward, what you can truly get lost in, what you would truly love to do. Remember, if you truly love what you do, you never work a day in your life. And it's honoring. So the more that you are honoring yourself and your passions, but also your abilities and talents, the more you can move forward with the grace, that opportunity may just open right up to you. Okay, be careful with the spontaneity if you are in a job or career where you just, all of a sudden the idea comes to you, I'm going to ask for a raise, and you just go in there and prepared and you ask for a raise. It's probably not going to go well. You kind of need a little bit more information than I'd like more money. You need to be able to sell yourself. You need to be able to talk about what you do. They also need to have observed. So that needs to be held off a little bit, doing things like that. So thinking things through, being the diplomat. So just kind of watch that spontaneity and trying to move yourself forward. That probably would not be a good idea. For love and relationships, we have the Ten of Wands. So we are really looking at the relation, especially if you're in a relationship, you're looking at the relationship in the whole. But what are the negative points of the relationship, where you need to work, and where it is beautiful, where there is possible new growth, what avenues of new growth are available to you as a couple, as a unity, as one. If you're not in a relationship, you are looking at what you have allowed in relationships that does not hold a place for new relationships coming in. To draw the line in the sand, to say that part of a relationship will never happen in my life again. To make that commitment to yourself, to know that you won't allow it going forward, but pay attention to what you will allow, what it needs to look like, what it needs to feel like, and you can invite that energy in. Absolutely. If it's a relationship, then you are already looking at the good, the bad, and the ugly, and what needs the work, what needs the love, what you are maybe clinging to that is something from the past. So if the last child went to university or college or moved out of the house this year, and you still kind of have their room for them and everything, and you kind of make your plans around if they can stop by the house because they're visiting, and so you were going to go out somewhere. You need to start redefining the rules of the relationship and moving into the new beginnings within the relationships. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.